Okay.
Cool. All right, this is Sound On with HollywoodHagan. This is a time where I like to sit down and talk with real people doing real things. And today, our special guest is Dayla Foxx, all the way from the South
Yeah.
Side, all the way from the South Side, London, Britain, UK. Represent. So I've been listening to your music, watching some of your content, catching up on what you do. Obviously, you're a rapper. Uh, I've been able to catch up on a lot of things, and I want to take this time to dive in, get to know you a little more.
Get
Talk
it.
about talk about UK. See how you're impacting the UK culture, obviously.
Okay.
Uh, I'll open it up to you. You get to talk about a little bit about where you're from, and then we'll kind of get into your discography. Rip It, your new single, right?
Yay.
Newest single, Rip
Okay.
It. So yeah, get into it.
Okay. So I am obviously my main style is rap. I am a rapper. But I do like to dabble in other things as well. I'm a dancer as well. I'm an artist. I paint. I like to make clothes. I'm just an all-round creative. I love it all. But
I need a
you,
shirt.
you need one?
I need one of those. Yeah. Yeah.
I will make you one especially.
Set me up.
Yeah. I'll have to
Yeah.
find out what character you like. You DC Marvel?
Uh, man, character. I don't even. Yeah, cartoon wise, character wise, I don't even keep up on that no more. Growing up, I was a Tasmanian Devil fan.
He was
Yeah.
Tasmanian.
Uh,
Tasmanian. Because I like to get creative with it. So I done my brother one. He likes Batman, so I put
oh,
done a black and yellow and just put Batman on it, you
it's
know?
that. So is that like a little like? How'd that work out? Because Batman is one of your tracks. Batman. How you say it?
Batman.
Batman. That's
I think that
booming.
a lot of
That's
people think that in the song that I'm saying that Batman is a bad thing, but it's not. It's not. It's not. Batman is like a bad man, road
yeah. It's like a
man. We
Batman.
well over here in the UK, we call them roadmen. I think you
Bro,
call them I don't even
Batman.
know.
That's the only. That's
Bad
a
man.
road man, like with like a hardworking
Like
man,
you
like
know,
somebody that's
like
not scared to do
gangsters,
man.
men on the street.
Ah,
Call
okay.
them something different.
Yeah,
I'm not.
we just call it streets. Like he was part of the streets, gangsters. I mean, yeah, you got it. It's the same thing. Yeah, road man. Yeah,
Yeah,
Batman. Yeah.
yeah. So over here, there's like a specific person. I'm saying a Batman. He rides around in a black car usually.
Ah,
Yeah, very
okay.
like
Low key,
mysterious. Likes
low
to hide
key,
away like Batman.
under the radar.
And yeah, off the radar. Um, so it's. I've had a lot of experience with roadmen. Yeah, and I love them and I find them entertaining and I've got a lot of roadmen friends, but I've had a lot of when it comes to relationships, when it comes to having, that sort of intimate relationship with them, I've had the worst experience and
Yeah,
but not in the terms
usually.
of like this is so bad. It's more like it's hilarious. It makes
Yeah.
me laugh. So that's where Batman come from because it's like we all know a roadman basically. We all know
Yeah.
someone like that.
Yeah. That's usually the case here. I mean, that's funny that you say that because I mean, in the U.S., women go through the same thing in that regard, as far as like getting involved with the street dudes, gangsters, you know, dope boys, whatever you want to call them. It's the same deal. Like those, like women that are attracted to those men are usually the ones that end up heartbroken, is what they say out here. But then they
Exactly.
still go back to the same thing, which I don't understand.
Well, I think for me, what I'm trying to portray is that know their character, know characters. If you want, you
Yeah.
can go dabble over there if you want, but know what you're getting.
Hmm.
They can be fun. That's
I mean,
what I like to see.
they're usually the ones with the money, with the cars, with the jewelry, show you a good time. But as far,
Yeah.
I mean, but as
I mean,
far
for
as
me
like,
personally, they're just a bit. They're usually quite good in bed. So
so that's what it is.
because
Okay,
they're kind of crazy. I think so. I don't
they
know.
are.
I find
I mean,
I find that they are.
they come from a different background though. I mean, they're usually they grew up a certain way. They're from a certain part of town. They've seen a lot of things. I mean, it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's funny that you could get a wholesome dude that has that comes from the same background,
Oh,
same
and they're
mindset.
way much
Those,
better. Way much.
you
They
got those
take
are
you
hard to
to
find. Yeah, a whole nother level.
exactly. They're hard to
Yeah.
find, but when you find them, they take you to the ultimate place. You know what I mean?
They take you to the promised land and back.
That's the king right there.
Yeah, yeah. So those are kings right there.
Yes.
Absolutely. Speaking of kings, Kingston, Jamaica, right? That's
Believe.
where you just got back from there. Is that Rip It? Is that where you recorded Rip It?
Yeah, that's where I recorded.
Yeah.
So,
Talk about
Kingston,
that.
Jamaica, come from. So Redbox, my EP. I brought my EP out. I wanted to bring it out before I brought anything else out
Hmm.
because it was quite important to me. I didn't care
Hmm.
what anyone said because I actually had a few people around me, PRs, A&Rs, and people telling me, "Don't do that. Don't put an EP out first. Put a song.
Why?
Put a song." This is the advice I've been hearing. This is the pathway that most go, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I'm trying to say to
But
them,
do your own
I'm
thing.
not, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do what I want to do, what I feel
Exactly.
is right.
Yeah.
And everything in my being, that red box was so symbolic for me because it's like
It's
this is
good.
it's the first time I've come out and I've spoken out about things and I'm getting everything out and I'm putting it all into this box. I'm getting all the
I
shit
love
out.
it.
My first ever
Yeah.
music I made, put it in that box, leave it there, and then I'm gonna do my singles.
So you
But
said first music in a box. So you've been in the industry for how long have you been rapping? How long have you been doing this?
not long.
Lord, I know you mentioned. I forgot where I saw that at, but you said it was fairly new to you, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
released Redbox October 2019. So
19. Yeah, like 6 months, like
yeah,
7 months ago.
but I've been in the music industry. I've been pushing my name and my essence out there musically for over a year now, about a year and a half. I hosted my own open mic night. I used to
Okay.
go around and get people together because I used to run an entertainment channel where I was behind the scenes and I
Yeah.
used to put things together. I run many
Gotcha.
events. But
Gotcha.
I've always, and then behind closed doors, I've always been the person that writes, wants to be into music, but
Sure.
never had the,
So did
I
you
guess
did
the
you did you write for anybody? You mentioned writing. Did you write for anybody before you got into this on a
no,
successful level? Okay.
no,
So
never
you
written for
just
no
you
one.
just you were just writing and writing,
Yeah,
and
I've
then you.
just poetry. I've been I used to just write poetry, and
Okay.
then I noticed that my poems, the angry ones, they were when I would speak them, my friends would say, "You're rapping, like you sound like a rapper." And then I remember
That's
hearing that
crazy.
and then thinking, "Yeah, like it
That's
feels so right to me."
yeah.
But
That's
I
the
think
best one.
being a female, it's kind of because I grew up, I was around a lot of rappers. I've got
Yeah.
friends that are in the game, and
Mhm.
one of my friends, I don't know if you've heard of Lincoln Park, but someone I used to know way
Lincoln
back in
Park.
the
Yeah.
day, they've working with them, and I'm
Mhm.
around a lot of music people, but I've always been I listen,
In the background.
being a girl in a very male-dominated
So
place, and
that's
hearing
that's
them
crazy.
get in battle rap, oh, I was a
Yeah,
bit
that's
fearful.
that's
I
that's
can't
crazy
lie.
that you say that because I actually just got. Have you heard of Saint John?
Saint
Saint John.
John.
He's like singer rapper. He's from Brooklyn. Um, but he's
I mean, it rings a bell, St. John, but I don't know if it's I know it or it's just a
yeah, he just did a UK tour. He just finished up
okay.
a UK tour. But yeah, long story short, I mean, he's like for verbatim, just how you just said it. He said in the sense of being in the background, and it's always been something that like kind of has been impactful, and the reason that he's doing what he's doing. So it feels like he's been in the game forever, his
Yeah,
whole life, right?
I've been in this game since I can
Yeah,
remember. Like
yeah.
I used to get up in school and do poems, and I
Uh,
used to touch people with my poems massively. But I was also naughty. I was really bad child because of through bad things in life. And I
mhm.
had some haters at school, which didn't let me progress in certain things, which
Yeah,
stopped me from going down that path. But I've always written, always been around
yeah.
rappers, and now I feel like I've just found my voice, found that
So it's like
person that's like, you know
it's just
what?
full circle, full circle. That's all it is. It's a full circle.
I just go for it.
Yeah, it's a full circle. I love it. Well, okay, let's talk about Redbox, right? Let's talk about the EP. So the visuals on the track Redbox caught my attention with the black brick wall. You know, you had like, I think you had like the orange hair going. You had like a team with you. Y'all was dancing. Y'all was getting
Fox
it.
hair.
Yeah, fox hair, all that. So like, what inspires you for those type of visuals? Like, you know, is it the Bob man, or like what is it that like inspires you for that vibe, that look? How do you go into something like that? Still there?
Okay, Redbox. For Redbox video, that was like my first time testing the waters, playing with video style, and you know, so I was definitely playing with my creativity. But the important thing for me in that video was I wanted a blank canvas,
Yeah.
and I wanted people to see me. I
Mhm.
wanted I wanted me to be the essence. I wanted people to see that I didn't need much. I got it, you know. I wanted people to see I've got I've got the voice, I've got the ability, I've got the bars, I've got
I got the
look, I can
bar.
do absolutely everything with my body. That's not a joke. So
Yeah.
that's where I went from. I'm a dancer. I've always choreographed and worked with girls. So having the girls around me was important because of the vibe of the song. You know, red box, ten.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be that saucy vibe. The girls are just having a good time, and they're in the canvas with me. So it's like I brought the girls into my canvas, and they were in that element.
Fire.
They were in that vibe. They were in the la la vibe, which is
Yeah.
absolutely crazy,
Yeah.
sexy,
Yeah.
having fun.
So as far as like your choreograph and everything like that, is that something that you put together, or do you bring like a team on? You guys have collective ideas on it? How does that work? Because I mean, you
Okay,
being a dancer,
so
so.
me being a dancer, I choreograph, I put
Hmm.
it together. I'm able to do all that. For Redbox, my best friend, who lives in Birmingham, different part of the UK, they have a
Hmm.
different accent and everything.
Yeah.
We grew up, and our creativity actually has merged with each other a little bit. We grew up together, and we worked with our creativity massively together.
Hmm.
So, and actually has happened to go on and not only become someone who creates videos, a videographer, but he's also running his own dance company alongside his partner over in they're called Bohemian Dance Company.
Okay.
So what I did is I said, like, let's put our heads together. I know he got it, he know I got it. We've almost fused our dance style together anyway. So
Okay.
we came together. He done choreography. I did. When it's me solo, no one can
Mhm.
teach me choreography. It can't be choreographed. It has to just go. I
Free.
have to go with the energy of the room. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So a lot of times, so any solo piece that we see from you, that's all you.
Yeah,
But it,
that's all. That's all. I'm a big believer in energies
hmm
and tapping in. And I feel like I had a traumatic life growing up, and I
hmm
felt that tapping into that energy saved me. And my dance style, I'm able to tap into certain energies, I feel. So, and
hmm
I feel like they're different in, it could be different outside or different in a room or different with loads of people in you could be in a room with thousands of people. You never know what's going to come out of your body, you know,
Yeah,
it could be
that's
absolutely
amazing.
crazy. Yeah,
That's
it's fun to do,
so
definitely.
so you would say.
Leg kick, cut, make him do head spins, yeah. I'm on that new, duh. They call it pimp shit, who? He tell me pass the controller, look over your shoulder. We needed a decoder, there's weed on the folder. Pass it around and no bars on the ground. Aim at his head, don't lean to the left. Eye on the prize, but his hands on the leg. Spitting out cheese, but his aim's on the bread. Eat that shit, I know you like that beat. Every time I come through, you wanna leave that click. Mouse proof pad plays 2 back, red box on repeat. Don't fuck with police, know me. With nah, you can't do this shit, huh? Walk with a leg kick, cut, make him do head spins, yeah. I'm on that new, they call it pimp shit. Who? Foxy.
Cool. All right, so I guess one of my, when it comes to female rappers, obviously there's a lot of misconception, right? There's a lot of common misconception, actually. What do you think's the most common misconception when it comes to rap, as far as female artists go? Is it that much?
Yeah, there's a lot, I'd say. I just feel there's a lot of pressure. I do feel like there's a lot of pressure. You have to be absolutely, like, I know that with male rappers, you can look at a guy, and if he's got bars, he's got bars, you know.
Period.
With a woman, you have to have the bars, but you got bars for a girl, and then you've got to have the look 100% on point. I think it is very hard. I do. I think if you don't, because I had to, before I went ahead and done this and went on this journey, I had to sit down and deep it. I had to really deep it and think, do you feel that you tick all the boxes? So I had to really think about it. And, even one thing that nearly deterred me away was my image, my physique, my body, because it's almost like it's got to a point now I feel with female rappers that they've got to have the biggest tits, the biggest ass, the fucking, you know what I mean? They've got to be what majority of men in the rap scene, which is the bad men, the road men and stuff.
Yeah.
And the kind, you've got to look how they want you to look.
You got to show that attraction of those type of dudes.
Yeah, and if you've got that, then so I almost was deterred a bit, but I just thought, you know what, you going forward with this could inspire so many females to focus on your inside, yourself, your character, instead of your body, because you should be happy as long as you're healthy, as long as you're fit and you take care of yourself. We are all different. We're all different. We don't have to go and inject ourselves to follow what a man wants, Don't
do it. Don't do it.
Never gonna do it. Never gonna do it.
If the bad men are gonna have to just sit on the sideline, I guess. Yeah. So okay. So we talked a little bit about, like, the Bob man, and, like, those are usually like the male that they're dominating in the male industry, right? Right.
Yes.
So, like, if you think about like the
Definitely.
like the Stormzy's, the Daves, the Fredos, the Skeptas, A.G. Tracy, Wiley, Big Shaq, Gigs. So, like, these dudes are like,
Gigs
obviously they so obviously, like, these dudes impact, like, the UK rap industry like crazy, right? So, like, they're wide, worldwide. Everybody knows about them. I mean, I know about them. People next door in California know about them, wherever, right? So, like, what's the biggest challenges, with working in a male dominant industry? So it's kind of like rippling off, like, the misconception of women, but, like, how do you stay consistent? How do you stay, like, relevant in a male dominant industry?
You've got to come like a guy almost. You've got to. I feel like as a woman, you've got to go through certain levels before you get to a certain point of respect. Yeah. And I think the levels are, first of all, you've got to go through the flirtation with certain men. Yeah. If a man and a man does business, and I get it, I understand, right? But at the same time, it's frustrating. Yeah. A man does business. they talk business. And a lot of the time, when I'm trying to talk business, they ain't trying to talk business. And it
No.
is, for me, a businesswoman, a creative, and someone that wants to be respected for my craft, I find it so frustrating that when I'm trying to talk business, they're trying to flirt, or they're trying to, I've been in many situations where they say to me, "Oh yeah, I got this thing for you, blah 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 blah," and then I'm wasting my time now, because I tell you what, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna come and have sex with you because you've manipulated me into thinking I'm gonna have this business opportunity or something. You
Yeah.
think I'm gonna come and No, it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen. But it
that's the name.
happens a
That's
lot.
the name. Oh, it's been happening. It's always been happening. Like that's the thing. Like they think that that's their way of getting in, right? So it's like you got to be strong as a
Yeah,
woman
you've
and
got to
going
be
in.
very strong, and it's almost
Yeah.
like you've got to learn to play. And this is why I love using the Harley Quinn character with
Mhm.
my character, because she's so sexy, she's so funny. She
Yeah.
will cut. Oh, you want to play? Do you want? Oh, do you want me to touch? Do you want me to lick that ego? Because I'll lick it while I'm pulling what
Yeah,
I need out of you.
exactly.
So
But
you've
you got
got
to
to
play the
learn
game.
to just do it and just
That's
not be scared and look a man straight in the eye, and take certain things he's gonna say and go like that with it. And because I feel like a lot of men have ego. Well, they do, yeah, they have egos,
yeah.
right? So it's like
Especially when
I
you
feel
need
like
something.
I'm in a, especially what in
Especially
this,
when you need something.
yeah, and
Like when
especially in
you,
this industry, because a lot
yeah.
of in rap is trying to say, I got it, I got it.
Uh,
I'm
yeah.
big in the game, whatever it is. So I'm in an industry where it's just full of these massive egos, and I'm
Mhm.
someone who likes to pop egos. So I find it entertaining, to be honest.
That's your little strategy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a female rapper, it's key to like to know your position, right?
Mm,
But also know like if you're working with somebody and you need, something as far as like working together, like you have to set that boundary of like
100.
I
Mm,
won't get played, right?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's easy to fall into that trap when you see the opportunity, but like if you just see the opportunity but there's nothing as far as like uh something actually happening, it just leaves you in the back corner like, okay, so what do I got to do to actually get this opportunity?
Yeah, I think exactly what
You
you
know what I
just said.
mean?
Perfect. You need to set, like, and that's not even just in business, it's in life.
Life
Boundaries is so
period.
important. You
Yeah.
set your boundaries. I feel like I've got to a point now. Everyone around me that knows me and follows me now, they know I'm not playing around. They know I'm here for business. I'm not here to, fuck around with boys, or not that I'm saying I don't, but when
Yeah,
it comes to business,
business,
like
you got to
if you're coming on
business.
me with this flex, cool. If you
Yeah,
want to take me out on a date and do this, yeah, but do not come on a business flex. And then I just don't like that.
you got
And
to
as
stay
you said, it's
consistent.
been
You have to
happening. It still happens.
yeah.
And all I can say to women out there is just because a lot of women fear it. I think a lot of
Mhm.
women fear it because it is uncomfortable, and especially someone like me who's sexually abused.
Mhm.
Sometimes I've had it where men just like touch you inappropriately, and
Yeah,
stuff like that, and you've got to get that hand, get the
yeah,
fuck off my hand, tell him how wrong he is.
yeah. Facts. Damn. So I mean, you just got to stay consistent with that. I mean, because you definitely want to create that. You want to create that vibe of like, yo, like I'm here for business and business only. Like all the extra, like you can leave it at the front door, or I'm out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So like, I think that like creating that kind of vibe and being consistent, like you'll get the respect, right? Which I'm sure you probably already do. Like I mean, just
yeah.
as
I
a
feel
man,
I
like
feel like exactly, like, again, saying out to women out there, because yeah, you can go down that road. I think that, sex, 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 but if you just go down that road, yeah, you might make it, but you're always gonna have that. You're always gonna have people looking at you over saying this, saying that. I think it's so important. Take your time and build it, get the respect, and then you will feel like, I feel powerful. I feel very
yeah,
powerful. I feel like, I'm owning where I'm going. Like you say, I know my position, I know where I'm going. So no matter what, no matter how far I get, where I get to, I'm gonna be happy, I'm okay, and I decided that.
that's amazing. I love it. That's a great story. Let's talk about who impacts you. Like, is there like female rappers in the game that kind of move that way that like impact you? I know UK wise, I mean, you got Chef London, right?
Come on, Stefflon
Right.
Don.
You got you
She's
got you got
big.
you got Dizzy Rascal. I don't know if you know her. Naf Smalls. Naf is I might be
Nate Small,
but
yeah,
Naf
he's
Smalls, yeah.
he's amazing. His voice, yeah, he's an inspo, definitely. I love his music. A lot
Mm,
of people in the UK loved his sound, definitely.
okay, Little Sims.
Little Sims.
Or
Yes, I've
what
heard
about
Little Sims, yeah.
what is it? Flohio? Am I saying that right?
Flo
Spelled
Hi Ho.
it's spelled
Flo Rida.
Flohio. Yeah, she's like big in the UK right now, I guess. What about Mrs. Banks or Lady
Mrs.
Sanity?
Banks, yeah. Lady Leisha, she's doing her thing.
Okay.
Lady
So like, is
Leisha.
there like, I mean, based on those names, is there anybody that you kind of like you appreciate the way they move and like you're kind of inspired on like how they go about, maybe business or like, you know,
Honestly, when I think of my females and I'm like, yeah, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, I mean,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Like
yeah.
ruthless, just
Oh,
move
Nicki.
out my
Yeah.
way. I'm the boss, Don. I tell all the men in the room what's going on, and it's not I'm not saying I'm better than you or I think but what I'm saying is I'm not here to play around. I'm here serious.
Yeah.
Um, I respect them massively, and
Okay.
I don't know in the UK, Stefflon Don,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely. I think she's the same as well. Like, obviously, I don't know what it is about her which is different. I feel like she's more on that Rihanna vibe where she kind of hides out a bit more, and
Yeah, definitely.
lies low a
Comes
bit more.
comes out every so often.
Yeah, I feel that, but what I like about Nicki and Cardi, which is what I respect, is they're always like this in your
Mm.
face.
Yep.
Nicki obviously been doing it longer. I respect her creativity, the way her business and everything. And Cardi is just hilarious. She makes me laugh, and I love
Oh
how she's just
gosh.
her absolute self. She inspired me to stop being so trying to not because I'm kind of crazy. I'm kind of like I'm this
Yeah,
character, and I
yeah.
try to like hone it in a little
Oh
bit for
God.
other people. She made me, no man, they prefer you being real, so just be
Yeah.
real.
So just not shying away and keeping true. I mean, at
Mhm.
the end of the day, that's what's gonna tell your story the best. And that, like, once you get to a certain point, and as far as like supporters and people who like really like listen to you because of you, like they feel that. You know what I mean? Like when I'm listening to certain people, and I'm like, okay, like he's telling this story, like it's all the way real. Like he ain't holding back, or she ain't holding back, or whatever. The biggest supporters as far as consumers, like they hear it in your sound. So I
Yeah.
like just listening to you the last, couple of days or whatever, like I can hear that in your sound, like you telling your story, right? And like I'm like, oh, she's not holding back,
No,
like at all.
no, no.
Right. So like you like that comes with like a level of respect, right? So like, I could tell that you're being really consistent on what you're doing and you're staying true to like your idea and your direction in this, which is
Mhm.
which is cool. So like, it's cool to just to hear like who's your influencers, just to see like, how they move and if that kind of matches. But with the Cardi B's and the Nickies and all that, like makes perfect sense.
Yay.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
with the men, Eminem is a big inspiration. Just his creativity, I
Mhm.
love. A lot of my creativity is stemmed from Eminem. And also who you said gigs, man, talking the
Yes.
odd.
Yeah.
I just love. He's so
Yeah.
funny. He's a
I
big
love
inspiration.
hey, I love Dave. That location track is crazy. I got
He is. You know what?
Skeptic
He is
Fire,
crazy.
Stormzy
He's just a very
Fire,
new. He's quite a new artist, isn't he?
and but he's like
Compared.
super like chill and reserved. He doesn't come off
Oh,
like
we lost
the
each
Bob
other.
man. You know what I mean? He's from the streets. He's seen it all. But like he's really like I would say kind of sort of like me. Like I grew up in the rough in the mud. You know what I mean? But like I've been able to accept the fact that like
enlightened
it's time to be a man. It's time to, you know what I mean, change things up. So like that's
We
why I
need
really
more
like
men
that.
like that, definitely.
Yeah,
In the,
facts,
I think
facts.
there's not enough men like that. It's ridiculous what most of the men are chatting about. And
I mean,
that's like another reason I wanted to get into music as well. I love rap. It's the most empowering sound out there, yeah. But I've got to continuously listen to fuck these bitches, man, my hoes, man. You know, like, no, I ain't no hoe, motherfucker. You
yo.
know.
So let's talk about this real quick, because like I think this is really dope. I think it was in Good Times and Body and Wine. That was, so those are both features that you featured on both of those. But the sound, like it's got like the Afrobeat sound, like you sound amazing on that. Like, so like, are you trying to like kind of test out those waters a little bit? Like
I'm testing out the water, testing it out, playing around with it. If you go through my Spotify, you know, when it shows you your playlist, what it recommends to you. Every single one of my recommended playlists is dancehall, reggae, Afrobeats. That's my jam.
Afrobeats is sound, and it's crazy too, because like the Nigerian culture is huge in the UK, right? So like the Afrobeats, like, you know, the Burna Boys and all those, like they all come from that, like the Whiz Kids, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you sound amazing on those type of tracks. Like, so I just wanted to know, like, do you plan to like kind of test that water and jump into that realm a little more?
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, it kind of is naturally going that way for me as well. Because, you know, when I came away from my home, I was quite young. I was 17 years old, and I was taken in by Caribbeans, and I've been heavily influenced by Caribbeans and Africans, both. Yeah. So it's in. There's a mix in the way I speak anyway. There's a mix. You know, when I speak to people on the phone, and I haven't met them, I've been to jobs before where I've got there and they say, "Oh, I thought you was black," you know.
Yeah.
So it's heavily in there anyway. It's installed. It comes out. The culture just comes out.
Oh, it's natural.
I've grown up to embrace every culture around me. Like any culture, I delve right in. I love it. I think that the more of us that do that, I think so much shit will be gone. You know.
Absolutely.
Peace will come. But
and I think with like your dancing too, and like your choreographs and like all that, it'll insinuate and just mix right into that. Like, you know, I'm not saying stop rapping. I mean, the rap is dope. Like, I mean, like I said, like it's like, but when you do rap, I mean, I could tell that like it comes from another place. It's from the heart. You know what I mean? It's raw. It's not scripted, right?
No.
Which is like when I first heard, I was like this is coming from her. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? I thought so. Like with that rap style, would you consider that drill type, or like, so talk about drill a little bit, like, because I mean, obviously the term drill, I don't know if you know or not, but they say it's like it originally comes from Chicago. It's a slang term for shooting, right? But then they like it's a controversial title for rap music, for like the genre, right? So like, and it kind of represents, you know, the life of a poor, young, gang, you know, coming from the streets, the mud, like that's what it's classified in London. So coming
from the gutter.
Yeah. So like, is it? Do you guys classify the term drill as a rap term, or like is that what we do?
Yeah. So we call it drill music. Drill music. Yeah. It's very, very popular over here. I'd say it's like the most popular style of rap at the moment. Yeah, I would. Most of the boys that come my way and want to work with me want to work on drill sound.
Would you say your sound drill?
My sound, I would say I just play with all different You know what? I don't. I would rather someone say they don't know what style mine is than say it is. You know, I don't want.
That's where I was leaning. I was leaning towards. I was like, hold on, is this drill? Like, or is this rap? Like,
Yeah, that's what I want. I don't. I feel like
I want to be
I've been so
classified.
heavily influenced by them all. One. So my dance when before I done music, what I
Uh-huh.
used to do, I've never sat still. Yeah, never. Since I was young, I used to run events, helping charities, animal charities, people. I've always been about the community, and I've always been about dancing and putting on shows to bring happiness and blah blah blah. And one of the biggest things for me was, like I say, I embraced all different cultures,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so interested in like learning about different things. So I learned all different styles of dancing. All I can do them all, and then I kind of like infused all what I've learned into one. That's what I feel, and I feel that I've done that and then
Mm-hmm.
done it and put it into my music. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's very important to me to not be put under one bracket.
So you don't
But
like the idea. You don't like the idea of being boxed in, right?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I want to, whatever comes out naturally will come out, you know?
So what's your recording process like? I mean, do you go into like, in the studio? Do you have stuff pre-written? Do you record while you're there? Like, or do you kind of like feel the vibe of the energy? Like, what's your recording process like?
Well, I've got my own studio. I've got my own
Okay,
portable studio. I do my own mixing, basic mixing. I
okay,
don't master yet.
okay.
But I do have different processes.
Hmm.
As I've said, I'm an artist, so you can imagine
Yeah.
I'm spiritual as well. I'm very creative, and I like to get inspired.
Hmm.
So if I want to create a song, say like for example, Good Time, he sent
Hmm.
me over the beat with the missing verse, and he
Hmm.
said, right, there you go. So I'm like, all right, cool. I need to get inspired. I need to feel like um on that vibe because I'm over in Grey UK and they want me
Yeah.
over in Jamaica dancing. Like, how am I going to get in that vibe? So I
Yeah.
spend a lot of my time trying to get into like a vibe, into like a different way of thinking. So like with that, I had a bit to drink. I met up with some friends, and I went out. We went outside, even though it was a bit cold. But we went out for a walk and stuff, and just tried to feel like, like I was on holiday. Like I tried to give
Yeah.
myself that vibe. And
Like a
then when I
vacation.
came back, I tried to stay on that vibe while I was writing. Like I'm having fun, I'm having a drink, but then, going to something else like Rip It, that was like because that was serious bars. That was talking about some really devilish stuff, this
Hmm.
spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
So that was like, right, focus, like sit down, don't get
This is
off this
this is
page till
this is
she's done.
war.
Yeah,
Would you say
this is
this is
war.
war?
This is war.
So hey, let's talk about that. The quote. What was it? It was the devil raised me, right? You said something about the devil raising you, and then kind of God taking over after that.
Mm.
Where'd that piece come from? Where'd that line get
Oh,
inspired from?
that line comes up a lot
Because
in
that
in
that
my
one
music.
pops. That one popped out to me right away. I was like, oh, okay.
Because right, so how I see, like I said, I'm spiritual. I'm sure you are. I get the impression you
Mm,
are quite spiritual.
yeah.
So we believe that there's evil and there's good, right? And I do strongly believe that evil can be inside someone, and that's it. The evil's there, the devil, yeah. So
Yeah.
I strongly believe my mother has whatever had the devil inside of her. She's got the
Hmm.
devil inside of her, and I was raised by looking through my mother's eyes and seeing the devil. So
Yeah.
when I say I was raised by the devil, I mean my mom. My mom is a twisted lady. Let me just tell you that she she played a devilish game. So
Hmm.
that's what I mean by being raised by the devil. I was raised by my
Gotcha.
mother, who has got the devil inside of her. And when I say God has come now, God's here, is because since I was a little baby girl, I've always had a voice in my head. very strong voice. So you think I'm a little kid and I've got this evilness going on around me, and most children will follow their parents, not me. No, I've always had this voice in my head saying, no, no, it's wrong, wrong. And I've fought my family since I was a kid, you know, even from the point of dealing with racism, right? My first love in primary school was with a black guy called Jamal. And yeah, and I had to come home and deal with, you know, my stepdad mom making comments, you know, I'm fighting that. I'm saying, shut up, you know, you're wrong. But
As a little
really and
girl.
truly, as a little girl, right? As a little girl, looking at my brother and sister and seeing they're all muted. They're all just, you know, they're not fighting back. They're not saying something. And then when I got older and I found myself spiritually very strongly, and I realized, wow, like that voice is God's voice. That's God's voice. How could that have been my voice? It can't have been my voice. And I still hear the same voice. It's like a guider. It's like a guider to me. Just keep on the right path and keep strong. So I strongly believe that I've had God's voice in my mind, you know, if that be my conscience or not, you know, to me, that's how I see it. That's how I feel it.
Well, the way you just put that kind of adds up now. Because I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I mean, whether you go through experiences, whether you go through like, you know, relationships, challenges, like anything that puts you at like a halt, you know, whether it's positive or negative, like the devil, you know, the light, God, whatever the way you look at it, I mean, it's the same thing, right? But I was curious about the most. I just was like, I mean, obviously, you know, this came from a certain place. So when I heard that line, I was just like, okay.
Did you resonate with it? Did you feel that you resonated?
100%, because like, you know, I could say I've been through the same thing, you know, right? The devil's been working since the day of birth, right? So like, you know, you just it's one of those things where you got to kind of leave open, right? Which you did, but like throughout your music, you kind of tell your story, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's always, I feel like it's going to be very important for you to like address certain things, especially things like that stick out, but being consistent on the fact of like, I'm going to express, you know, those doings or those experiences throughout my music, throughout my sound. So like, I think it's amazing to be brave enough to say things like that. Cause I mean, the second you say it, like that's the first thing that the ear catches. Right. So like, you know, the story behind it is amazing, but I think, you know, continuing to talk on it. What's that? Is it connected?
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear or see me, but you're cutting out.
Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, we're
Not
good.
again. Wait,
like yeah, like 10 seconds.
Okay, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, no.
Can you hear me? Oh. Damn it. You good?
Right, I think I'm back. Are you there?
Okay. Yep.
Right, you're back. Okay, sorry. The last thing I heard was you think it's brave.
Yeah, I think it's brave for you to have a statement like that, right? That like catches the ear. Cause like for me, that I've never heard your music before. I didn't know what you've been through. I didn't know what your story was, but like for you to come out and say such a strong line like that, it's brave, right? Which is great. Cause I mean, at the end of the day, like that's what catches people's eyes, right? Like they go, okay, whoa, she just said that, right? So, but then I think it's very important that you stay consistent on like providing your story and backing that statement up with the facts, which I think you do, because like I still hear all your music and I hear it, right? So like, yeah, I think that's super dope. I can hear that you're like,
I love that, because the main reason that I wanted to get into music was because, you know, going through abuse and knowing that how I felt. Like, I felt shamed and I felt embarrassed, and then reading into it and finding out that this is how it goes. You get abused, and then you are the one that feels like you've done wrong. You go and hide away in the shadows.
Yeah.
And I just felt so disgusted by it. And I just think about all the people sitting there in the shadows. And I'm just, nah, I'm going to stand up, be brave, and hopefully these people in the shadows are going to come up, you know. I also run a group as well on social media where this is what I do. I go around, I'm looking for people. I'm like a sheep herder, yeah. I'm looking for strays. And I bring them all together in this one group. And I'm starting up another one as well. So, because at the moment it's just for females, because I just seem to work better with females, but I do work with a lot of males as well. So I'm about to start a male group for the same thing as well.
But I think it's actually good that you work great with females, because a lot of the times it's hard for females to work with other females.
No, I love working with girls. I love working with females.
I don't know if it's different here than it is in the UK or London, but a lot of females, like, they shy away from working with other females.
No, you're not wrong. Pretty much most of the girls that come in the group say the same thing. They love the group. They're like always saying like, oh, it's so nice to see girls working together. And I think these girls don't realize. I think what the issue with females is men. Men are the issue, yeah, because men come, they girls try and look away to get the man, yeah. Then they feel like they've got to keep the man, yeah, because the man's so floaty. No. What they need, focus on yourself, focus on building the man's gonna come, you know, the guy's gonna come over, and the right one's gonna happen. But I think naturally we're programmed as women to look up to the man and go and look for a man, and this man is gonna like give you everything, and you know. And I think that's where the issue is. Women are fearful of other women because so many men, you know, they've done their deeds, they've done their naughties.
That's true. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, a mindset comes from experiences, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like what you've been through is essentially like your mindset of your way of thinking or your way of expressing yourself about certain things. It's all stems from experiences, which, I mean, I can't disagree with it. But I think it's cool that you're actually getting people together like that. And I feel like it's a way like to touch on different things, to kind of bring it back and inspire you on the music side, right? I feel like it's dope. It's dope that you do a lot of things like that. Like I feel, you know, a lot of rappers, a lot of artists, they're like one track minded, right? It's just like, oh, I got to get in the studio. I got to get 10,000 hours. Like I got to, you know what I mean? But I feel like the 10,000 hours can be spent doing something from an artistic level.
And I think it's so important. You can't just music. You can't do that. You've got to balance. You've got to put yourself into other things, get other creations from other places.
Are you getting into producing? I know you said you create sound. Are you doing any producing, beat making? Are you creating sound, or you stepping into that?
I'm not there yet. No, I'm not. I will be eventually. That's not on my journey yet.
Do you play any instruments?
I used to play piano very well. I taught my sister how to play piano, and then she went off. Piano, drums, guitar, she does it all. She produces as well. But I went on and danced, so I stopped playing. I can play a little bit now on the piano, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to keep expanding. You got to keep expanding. What you're doing is dope. I love it. I appreciate it. I definitely think it's more than you just being a rapper.
Oh yeah. I mean, before being a rapper, just think of I told you I sat there and thought about, right, have you got all the things that could make that you could be a rapper? Before I had to sit there and pull myself out of this person that wanted to just be a helper, a healer. I'm the sort of person that, like, in the shadows, and I'll just help where I can. I've done, honestly, I don't even know where to start with how much I've done. Putting myself into this mentality of a rapper was hard for me, because what you're saying, they are very one track minded, and it is very like you know, I'm the shit. Like, move out my way, bitch. You know, this sort of mentality, and I feel like there's a lot of greediness in it. But
Mhm.
if I can make a change and I can make a difference, then imagine what could be done. You know what I mean? If I can come in, because I know I'm capable of doing so much in 24 hours. Focusing on a bit more of myself, you know.
So it cut off at 24 hours. Sorry. So what were you saying about 24 hours?
Um,
I'm sorry.
Terrible, isn't it?
We'll figure it
What was
out.
I gonna? What was
You were
I
just saying,
saying?
like,
24
you're
hours.
saying in 24 hours, you know, I'm assuming you're saying that you're doing other things that aren't involving probably just music that kind of inspire you.
Yeah. So what I was saying. I've always been a very active person, and in 24 hours, I'm someone who I shock people with how much I get done. Honestly, like I just got something inside of me that goes like this.
Yeah.
I find it hard to even sit down, and I've just got. I found out recently. I don't know if you believe in like numerology and stuff,
Mhm.
but I found out my life path number, which is a master 11, and apparently I'm supposed to be a spiritual healer, so I'm supposed to help people find enlightenment. And I
Yeah.
sat there when I found that out. It was a big thing for me because it was almost like it was the universe telling me, now it all makes sense. Now you know why you're. Because I used to sit there and think, why do I spend so much of my time helping other people, and
Mhm.
then putting my mind into going into rap. I felt
Yep.
like it was like me having to put more energy into myself, and that
Yep.
was hard for me. But I'm so glad I've done it because I've come to realize on the journey it is so important to put the love into you just as much as other people. Do you know what I mean?
That's amazing. Like, because I mean, this is an industry where self greed, selfishness, like me, like like I'm not a rapper by any means, but I've been following like the industry for so long. Like I've been a consumer. I've been, I know how they move, right? And I feel like the ones that are appreciated the most are the ones like you, like the ones that try different things. They like give back to the community. You know they find different ways to be impactful in their craft by doing other things,
Yeah.
right?
It's honestly
Just
like I think about it all the time.
it's amazing. I would like I think that's important for you to just kind of keep focusing on self growth, like outside of just like sitting down in the studio. And that's great. Like you've
Right?
been you've been probably doing that for so long where it's like it's second nature now, right? So like
Yeah.
I think being uncomfortable or putting yourself in positions where like it's uncomfortable in the sense that you're not used to it, or
Yeah.
you're not you do things better at,
Is
right? Like stepping
is
outside
that
of that.
no? I get what you mean about the putting yourself in like that where you're not comfortable. It's doing something different. Exactly what. That's like this coronavirus is happening. We're running this group on Facebook, and we've got nearly 2,000 people on it. It's only been what 4 days it was started, and
Yeah.
so it's me and there's a bunch of other people. There was a guy called Reese who started it, and he's made us the admins, and we're in charge of making sure the page runs. Everyone's okay. Does anyone need any help? Because we'll get you stuff if you need help.
So
That I've not done that before. When the
yeah,
hell has coronavirus been here before? But
yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put
yeah.
my energy into it.
I love it. See, that's dope. Like it's things like that like the consumer appreciates, man. Like at the
I
end of
mean,
the
I'm
day,
not gonna lie. I get confused why people put money into artists that say things to them like, "I got money. I don't talk to broke people." Blah blah blah.
yeah.
I am so confused. I just don't get
Oh
it.
no,
They're literally abusing you emotionally, and you're paying for them. You know.
it's just the brainwash. That's all it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you know, I feel like we live in a world where like that's what we're attracted to. but it's not necessarily what's real. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I'm not that consumer. I'm not that consumer. I don't care about it. I actually don't even really like the whole top 40, like the stuff that everybody's like dying to listen to and like they get inspired by. Like that's the last thing that I
I
actually would go
know,
to, to be
right?
honest.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm not too bogged down on the whole number thing, because I'd
Yeah, don't
rather make
don't get
music
bugged
that's
out.
real and is going to help people than make
Hmm.
music you're buying into that whole industry thing where,
Hmm.
like it's almost like you've got to come on this flex that is telling people these bad things and putting
Hmm.
people in these bad positions, or
Hmm.
they don't want, or you've got to make it yourself. You've got to work so much harder to get up there, and then what I mean. I feel like that's what I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing that work
Absolutely.
triple
Who's
times
your
harder to get there.
who would you say your biggest supporters are?
My biggest supporters is my manager, Sarah Beats, who's from Ohio. She's been we came together, and we've been working together now for maybe 6, 7 months, something like that. Maybe a bit more actually. She's supporting me most. She's there. She's just on deck 24/7
Yeah.
sort of thing. Even with the time difference, we still work it out.
Okay.
I say she's my biggest support. That as well as someone close to me at home, Daniel. He supports me a lot, and uh,
Gotta give shout
and
outs to your supporters.
and shout out to my
Yeah.
main ones on social media like Baker Maker, the Foxy Girls group, and that they're always supporting Baker Maker. Oh my god! Like, every day I wake up, he's always sending me love and positive and stuff.
You got to keep that. You got to keep the circle tight because those at the end of the day, those are the ones that keep you going, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
I love it. Well, I mean, we touched on a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to know you, got to know your story. Got a little bit, as far as like your singles and the Red Box. We talked a little about that, some of your inspiration. So I think all my questions are answered. I mean, I guess I could throw a little Q&A out there for you, just to like some fire off Q&A. I give you a question, you give me an answer type thing.
Go on then.
Okay. These are straight off the top of the dome, so we'll just do it that way. Okay, so let me think. If you weren't rapping, right? If you weren't doing what you were doing right now, what would you see yourself doing that's not musically related?
Spiritually healing people. If that's going around being someone that talks,
Some
uh,
sort of mentor, counselor.
yeah, something like that. Something like that's just me. That's just me every single day. That is me. So it's
Yeah.
very easy to me.
Okay. I like it. I could have guessed that. Um, what is your favorite box of cereal?
Ooh, I don't eat cereal. I eat
Okay.
granola.
What's your favorite cartoon?
Harley Quinn. The second season is coming out next month.
Uh,
You need to watch
okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, Harley Quinn, definitely my favorite cartoon.
So I gotta do like serious and not so serious. So like, you know. So it's Quinn. What's her first name?
Harley Quinn, you know Harley Quinn, right?
I know her, but I don't. I don't know her like that. I know
So
she's got a
she's
movie
got
coming out,
she's
right?
got a new cartoon out. She's got a new cartoon. It's called Harley Quinn. The first season's out already. Done been out, and
So it's
then
not a.
second
It's
season's
not
out
a.
next
It's
month.
not. It's so. Is it a cartoon or is it a cartoon? Because the what you said a cartoon. Say it.
No. Okay. Okay, wait, don't get it
The
twisted, yeah.
accent
Don't
is
forget,
strong.
I've got a bit of an urban talk in me, yeah. A bit of, we call it hood talk or whatever.
A
Um,
cartoon. Is that how
oh,
you pronounce it?
cartoon. But I said cartoon.
A cartoon. Wow.
Cartoon. Or,
Okay.
or, or we'll say, oh, go and watch a cartoon, mate.
Go watch a cartoon, mate. Okay.
It's so funny to hear you say.
Oh, I got it in me. Okay, so if there was anybody that you could work with, it could be A list, B list, whatever. If there's anybody that you could work with, who would it be? Right now.
Oh, it's hard, but right, Rihanna. Wait.
Okay, so no, so we'll go A list. Okay, we'll go A list, and then we'll go like B list, like kind of like not, you know what I mean? So Rihanna A list. So like now we're talking B list.
Okay,
Like
Rihanna
you
is
would love to
like,
work.
I just feel like we would make absolute art. I just know we would, yeah. And then the second who's probably, no, not an A-lister, but I don't know if you've heard of him, but his name is H.
Just the letter.
He's popping off over here right now. You need to go check him out.
I think I ran by his name.
It starts with an A. A-I-C-H, I think. H.
Okay.
A-I-C-H.
So that's who you would like to work with?
I again, it's to do with the sound. His sound. I think mine and his sound would really work well together.
Okay. Who's your celebrity crush?
Margot Robbie.
Who?
Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, the one who plays Harley Quinn. Either her or... Okay, do you know... This is so random, right? So it's Rihanna. Okay. My only male crush, because I'd say the other person would probably be Megan Fox. So Margot Robbie, Rihanna, and Megan Fox, all three of them ladies. But you see the guy who plays in Fault in Our Stars. Have you heard that film?
No.
I'm finding his name right now because I forgot what his name. That's it. Ansel Elgort. Okay. I just want to say, I keep, for some reason,
Are you saying Idris Elba?
I'm going to show you him.
Idris Elba?
No. Ansel Elgort.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm not saying he's my celebrity. I'm not saying that.
That's
right?
what
I'm saying is, I keep dreaming about him. Why?
Oh, that's your celebrity crush.
So I had a dream he got married.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's real.
What is that about? I feel like maybe I'm gonna meet him or something. I don't know. But he's cute.
I guess. Okay. If there was any other genre of music that you would want to tap into, what would it be?
I'm not gonna lie, I want to tap into every single genre. I've just gone into house. I don't know if you've heard my house song. It's not released officially yet. It's being played on the radio.
With DJ Timberwolf, right?
Oh, yeah, look at you.
You didn't think I knew that?
No, I didn't.
So is that officially out, or is that like
No, but it's going to be played on the radio tomorrow, a community radio station tomorrow, and then they're going to release it. It's going to also be in a project that I'm working on at the moment.
Okay, so house remix. So there's an original house song from him?
No, so he's remixed my song, but that beat, he made that beat.
Okay, and where's house at? Was that like a single, or because that's not on the Redbox, is it?
No, it's not on Redbox. It's gonna be released as a single.
Okay, I got it.
And then it's gonna be coming. It's also in my project.
Okay.
I have another project.
See, I got that out. I got that out.
Oh, you got it out of me.
So when can we expect that? Like, is there a timeline? Is it done yet? Is there a title? Okay, I'm excited for you. I mean, so you said what's next? I mean, where could the people find you?
Well, everywhere on all social media platforms, all music streaming sites, everything is under Dayla Foxx. DaylaFoxx.
Fox
The
with
second,
two X's.
two X's. The second X is for a
Yes.
kiss.
Oh, that's what that's about.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be making that. I'm working on my logo at the moment, because I
Okay.
know exactly what my logo. So it's been quite hard to like figure it out. And at the end, the X it says Dayla Foxx, and you just see, mwah. So you'll get it when you see it.
Is it gonna? I saw you had the heart and two X's. I saw on some random post or something.
Oh, the heart and two X's for eyes.
Ah.
I think that was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me.
Hey, I appreciate you as
all
well,
the way
man.
from
Take the
London,
time.
5 hours out.
I know it's now. Oh my God, look, it's now 9:45, baby.
Oh, well, no. Okay, so you might be like 7. You're 7 hours out then. It's 9:45.
No, it's 5 hours, no?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
5
It's
hours ahead.
2:45 here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're all wrapped up now. We're all finished. What was I gonna? I wanted to ask you something before.
Yeah.
It's gonna slip from my head. I can't remember. I was gonna ask you something. What did you just say?
About what?
Try and refresh my brain. It's gone. It's gone.
We talked about the project. What's next?
What's
I
next?
appreciate you sitting down all the way from London.
And then I was going to ask you something. You said about the time. You said about it's 5 hours difference.
Yeah.
That was it. So over in America, I saw that you guys, because when I was over there, I got a text on the phone, and it was like a breaking news text. So you guys have a system over there where they can tap your phones, right? Straight away. That they text you.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
I mean, no. Because you can't hide anything.
Yeah.
I mean, what once you decide to set up with a carrier, there's nothing you can hide.
Yeah.
So like when they're text messages or communication from the government or like political like ballots and presidential elections, when you get those, they call it spam, right? Because these organizations, they can reach out to the Verizons, the T-Mobiles, you know what I mean, and say, hey, I want to put this out to all your users. So I mean, no, it doesn't scare me. I ain't got nothing to hide, really. So they have true. They have burner phones. So burner phones are phones that are off the grid. So the time that you need one of those,
burner phones.
You grab a burner phone. Yeah.
Or just meet in person and go to the lake or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you again.
And thank you so much.
Until next time, we'll definitely talk again once the album comes out. Maybe even when the single comes out, right? Let the people know what's going on.
I had a really nice time talking with you.
Yeah, you too, Dayla. Thank you so much.
Dayla, I can't believe it. 4 years with a man, nice scheming dickhead. But I ain't screaming Mayday, cause I dodge a bullet like Beyonce. Yeah, I got daddy issues. I got mommy ones too. They all say that I'm crazy. I say, what you gonna do? Cause I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to wake up, trying to get his cake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Raised by the devil, but I'm gifted. Coming from a dark past, but I made it out. Now I've got God on my side, I'm kicking doors down like pow, pow. Cause there's pain in my heart, but there's love in my soul, and I don't wanna fight back.